Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gururdevo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Prabodha Sudhakara Shloka 90. Shloka 90. Rasagandharupashabdasparshaha Anye padarthascha tasmadanubhuyante no dehanendriyagramat. Now, the author is describing the Atma. What is the Atma? Atma is the one on account of which all the objects are known, on account of which all the objects become evident. Even the sense objects are 5. Rasa, Gandha, Rupa, Shabda and Sparsha. Rasa means a taste. Gandha, smell. Rupa, color. Shabda, sound. And Sparsha, touch. These 5 are the sense objects. What knows the sense objects? Often we think the senses know the sense objects. But the senses are only instruments. Indriyas are only instruments. Who is the ultimate knower? What finally illumines the sense objects? What finally knows the sense objects? It is not the senses, not the indriya. And it is not even the mind, not the body, not the indriya, not the mind. Instead, it is known by the Atma alone. Tasma Anye padarthascha. Not only these 5, any other object that is known in this world, whether it is a gravitational force, electromagnetic force, any other padartha, it is known only by the Atma. Tasmad anubhuyante. It is known only because of the Atma. Na dehat. Nothing is known by the body. The body is insentient. The body is not capable of knowing any object. And likewise, na indriyagramat, even the sense organs, not sense organs, senses, indriyas. Even the indriyas do not know the objects. Indriyas are only aids, just like our glasses. We wear glasses. Can glasses see objects? They cannot see objects themselves. They just enhance the power of our vision. That's all. Glasses or hearing aids. Can hearing aids hear by themselves? No. In the same manner, even our senses are instruments. What illumines the objects? It is the consciousness, the Atma alone. Next sloka, 91. मृतदेहेन्द्रियवर्गो यतो न जानाति दाहजं दुःखम् प्राणश्चेन्निद्रायाम् तस्करबाधां स किं वेत्ति Now the author explains why the body cannot be the knower. Often we think our body knows because we touch with the body. So we think the body knows. But the body cannot know anything. Body does not have sentiency. The sentiency that seems to be present in the body is not the nature of the body itself. The sentiency that we feel in the body is called Chidabhasa. It is only a reflection of the sentiency of the Atma. The sentiency of the Atma reflects in our body. Just like in a red hot iron ball, there is fire. And then people think there is heat in the iron. But the heat does not belong to the iron. The heat belongs to the fire. When the fire goes away, the iron becomes cold once again. The iron is capable of burning as long as the fire is there in the iron. Once the fire goes away, after a while, the iron loses its ability to burn. But often people attribute the ability to burn to the iron. In the same manner, the Deha, the body does not have sentiency. The sentiency that is felt in the body is because of the reflection of the Atma Chaitanya. Now the author gives an instance to explain how the body is insentient. Mritadeha, a dead body, can it feel anything? If the Mritadeha can feel anything, one cannot burn the dead body. But all of us know that we cremate the dead body. If the dead body has sentiency, as soon as they set fire, the body will start screaming, "Oh, they are burning me." It doesn't happen. We often hear such jokes where, I heard it in Calcutta. There are 2 smashanas on the banks of Ganga. Nearby there are 2. One is somewhere here, and the other one is 2 or 3 kilometers away. 2 places where they burn dead body, 2 ghats like Harishchandra Ghat or Manikarnika Ghat. In Kashi there is Manikarnika Ghat where they burn the body. In the same manner, in Calcutta, on the bank of Ganga, there were 2 ghats. Then somebody was carrying a dead body to the smashana, to the crematorium. When they were carrying, they approached a junction where the road goes into 2 different smashanas. One takes to smashana X, another takes to smashana Y. Now, as soon as they reach the junction, among the relatives there was a fight. Some people said we should burn him in smashana X, whereas some people said no, all his forefathers were burnt in smashana Y, so we should burn him also in smashana Y. It is our family smashana. Then there was a fight. Then they kept the dead body there down and they started arguing, 2 parties. And then after 1 hour, 2 hours, this dispute is not resolving. Then what to do? How to come to a conclusion? They were wondering how to come to a conclusion. Some were very adamantly arguing, no, we should take him to smashana X. Some were adamantly arguing, no, we should take him to Y only. Otherwise he will not get moksha. Then finally, as they were arguing, this dead body woke up. And it said, you should take me to smashana X. So it doesn't happen that way. Sometimes the dead man will have to come to resolve some people's fights. So the dead body does not know anything. Therefore, we can conclude that the sentiency does not belong to the body. Body appears to be sentient, but it is not really sentient. Body is a jada, insentient. And then prana, our prana. Is prana sentient? Does sentiency belong to prana? Prana is a part of our sukshma sharira. The sukshma sharira is also called linga sharira. It consists of 5 pranas, pancha pranaha, pancha jnanendriyani, 5 jnanendriyas, 5 karmendriyas, pancha karmendriyani, and mind, antahkaranam. These are the parts of our sukshma sharira. Among them, the pranas are responsible for all the physiological functions in the body, including breathing. Breathing is a function of prana. Likewise, digestion, circulation, all these are governed by 5 pranas. Each prana has its own respective function. We have discussed it in some other occasion. So, do pranas have sentiency? Even pranas don't have sentiency. Even prana is not the Atma. How can you say pranas are not the Atma? The author gives an instance. Somebody is sound asleep, sleeping soundly. He is in sound sleep. Means he is making sound. Gur, gur, gur. And then perhaps he was traveling in a train, sleeping very well, deep sleep. Then a thief comes, a taskara. Taskara means thief. He looks for somebody who is sleeping, and then he finds this person is making sound. Therefore, he is in sound sleep. Then he goes and he finds he has a purse in his pocket. Silently he picks the purse and goes away. The person did not even know. Only after waking up, when the chai wala comes and he has to drink tea, he is asking for a tea, and then he gives a tea, chai wala. Then he looks for purse to pay him. When he looks for the purse, he is not finding. Then he gets a panic attack. I lost my purse. Perhaps many of us might have had similar experience. How many of you had similar experience? Not in train, in some other context. Okay, you are lucky. 1 or 2 people are there. So, if prana had sentiency, then the prana would have known the thief is coming, he is picking. Because the prana is working even in deep sleep. If prana is not working in deep sleep, one cannot wake up from sleep. Since prana is working, we are breathing in sleep. Therefore, the author says, if prana is the knower, then one would have known the thief coming and picking the purse, etc. But it does not happen. That means the sentiency does not belong to the prana. (92) Manaso yadiva vishayaha tadyugapat kinna janati tasya paradhinatvat yatah pramadasya kastrata. Now the author is discussing the mind. Is mind the knower? Even the mind cannot be the knower. I am not giving the reason told in the shloka. We can give better reasons. Because even the mind is known. Mind is also known. How do we know mind is also known? Because we know the presence and absence of the mind. Now during waking, the mind is there, it is working, we know. Our mind is working now. In deep sleep, the mind is not working. We were not thinking, meaning we knew the absence of the mind. We witnessed the absence of the mind in deep sleep. Therefore, during waking, we know the presence of the mind, and in deep sleep, we know the absence of the mind. Therefore, there is something which knows the presence and absence of the mind. Therefore, even the mind cannot be the knower. The knower is something other than the mind. And it is the Atma. It is the consciousness. Next shloka. Gadhadhvantagrihantatah kshititale deepam nidhayojvalam panchachhidramadho mukham hi kalasham tasyoparisthapayet tadbahye parito nurandhamamalam veenancha kasturikam sadratnau vyajanannyasecha kalasha chidradvinirgachatam. The author is giving an example. It is like an experiment. He is asking us to do an experiment. Take a kalasha, a pot, an earthen pot, and make 5 holes in the pot in 5 different directions. Suppose this is a pot. You make one hole here, one hole here, one hole here, one here, and one here. So make 5 holes in a pot. And then keep a deepa during darkness, in your house, in a room. Keep a lamp, light a lamp. And then keep the pot upside down above the lamp. Now the lamp is inside and the lamp is covered by the pot. The pot has 5 holes. Now in front of each hole, against each hole outside, keep 4 objects, 5 objects. He says only 4. 5th one is space. So Veena. So Veena. Keep a Veena. Keep a Kasturi. And keep a Ratna, a gem, and a Vyajana, a fan. So keep these objects outside. You can keep any object. He gives some instance. You can keep a chair also, you can keep a book also. So you have kept 4 objects or 5 objects outside against each hole. Now, the objects become visible. The objects get illumined. What illumines the objects? When you see externally, you feel the light comes from the pot, from the 4 holes of the pot. You are not able to see the lamp. The flame of the lamp is not visible. An onlooker thinks the pot is illumining the objects. But the pot cannot illumine because the pot is insentient. It is not light. Pot does not have any light in it. It is only earth, only clay. It does not have any sheen. It does not have any splendor. Then what illumines? Do the holes of the pot illumine? Do they have light? Even the holes of the pot do not have light. They are just holes. The light can pass through them, but the holes themselves don't have light. Now, in that pot, there is the lamp, the wick and the oil. Can the wick and the oil illumine? Even they cannot illumine. Wick and the oil are also not light. They don't have light. Then what illumines? It is the light emanating from the flame. From the flame that is burning in the pot, that is illumining the objects. This is the Drishtanta. And the next sloka talks about the Darshtanta. This example is given for a Darshtanta to explain a phenomenon. Yeah. See the shloka. Next shloka, 94. Tejomshena prathak padartha nivahat. तेजोंशेन पृथक् पदार्थनिवः ज्ञानं हि यज्जायते तद्रन्ध्रैः कलशेन वा किमु मृदो भाण्डेन तैलेन वा किं सूत्रेण न चैतदस्ति रुचिरम् प्रत्यक्षबाधादतो दीपज्योतिरिहैकमेव शरणम् देहे तथात्मा स्थितः The author says the illumination is not happening on account of the kalasha, the earthen pot, or it is not happening because of the holes in the pot, or it is not happening because of the oil in the inside the pot, in the lamp. Instead, it is happening because of the flame. The flame emanates light, and that is what illumines. In the same manner, even in the body, what really illumines the objects, not the physical body, not the sthula sharira, not even the indriyas. The indriyas are comparable to the holes in the pot. The body can be compared to the pot itself, and the indriyas can be compared to the holes in the pot. And likewise, it is not illumined by the prana as well as the manas. Prana can be compared to the oil, and manas can be compared to the wick. It is neither the oil nor the wick. Then what illumines? It is the flame. The flame exemplifies the Atma, stands for the Atma. The Atma alone illumines. No other entity can illumine the objects. Now let's go to 99. So, the Atma is explained as the illuminer of everything. And this Atma, being the illuminer of everything, it is very much evident. If the light illumines everything, the light is evident. That is what we call Swayam Swaprakasha or Swayam Prakasha. The light does not need another light to illumine itself. Without the help of another light, the light is luminous. The light shines without the help of another light. In the same manner, the Atma does not need somebody else to know it, does not need another agent to know it. Being consciousness, it is Swayam Prakasha. It is self-luminous. Anything else has to be known by the Atma, illumined by the Atma, but the Atma does not need to be illumined by anything else. Therefore, the Atma is self-luminous. It is Swayam Prakasha. Being Swayam Prakasha, it is very much evident to all of us. Yet, why are we ignorant of the Atma? Why do we have misconceptions regarding the Atma? Why we mistake the body as Atma? Why we look upon the mind or senses as the Atma? Why do we identify with the body? Why do we identify with the mind? If the Atma is very much evident, the answer is there is something called Maya. The author explains Maya. Let's go to Shloka 99. Sadasat vilakshanaso Paramatma sadashayanadihi Sacha gunatraya rupa Sute sacharacharam vishwam Sadasad vilakshanaso. The Maya is Sadasad vilakshana. Sadasadbhyam anirvachaniya. It cannot be categorized into Sat or Asat. Often we think there are only two categories of existence. Whether an object exists or not. If we ask this question, how many answers are possible? Whether something exists or not. That which exists is called Sat. Sat means the one that exists. Asat means that does not exist. Often we think there are only these two categories. One is Sat, exists. Another is Asat, does not exist. But the Vedanta says we cannot explain everything with these two categories. There is something in between, which is neither Sat nor Asat. You can't say it is Sat, means you can't say it really exists. You can't say. And likewise, you cannot say it is Asat. You cannot say it does not exist at all. There is something in between. An example is rope snake. The snake superimposed on a rope. Does the rope snake exist? Can you say it is? You cannot say it is there. Because if it is there, you should be able to bring the snake and show the snake. You cannot hold the snake and make it play. Or if you play that poo poo poo, what is it called? Pungi. I don't know what it is called in English. That horn. Yeah, bean. a kind of horn. Poo, 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 poo. Then it will dance. Can you make the Rajju Sarpa dance? You cannot. Therefore, you can't say the Sarpa exists. You can't say the snake exists. Likewise, you cannot say the snake does not exist. If you say it is not there, it is asat, if you say, then how can you perceive it? If something is absolutely non-existent, how can you perceive it? You are seeing the sarpa. You are able to see the snake, and the snake is scaring you also. Therefore, you cannot say it does not exist at all. It is not asat. It is neither sat nor asat. Such entity is called sadasadbhyam anirvachaniyam or sadasad vilakshana. Vedanta Shastra says even Maya is sadasad vilakshana. You cannot say it is sat. You cannot say it exists in reality. Likewise, you cannot say it is asat. You cannot say it does not exist at all. For asat, the example is shashavishana, rabbit's horn. A rabbit's horn is asat. Nobody has seen rabbit's horn. Nobody can ever see rabbit's horn. Such objects are called asat. Rajju Sarpa, rope snake is not like rabbit's horn, because we have seen rope snake. At least some of us might have seen. Therefore, it is not absolutely non-existent. It is called sadasadbhyam anirvachaniyam. Sadasadbhyam anirvachaniyam has another word in Sanskrit. It is called mithya. Sadasadbhyam anirvachaniyam is called mithya. Unreal. It appears. It seems to be present, but unreal, not sat. Maya is also mithya. We can't say Maya is asat, because the Maya does its work. We see its effect. We feel its effect. Meanwhile, it is not sat. It is not real. It does not exist in reality. Therefore, it is called sadasadbhyam anirvachaniyam. Paramatma sadashaya. The Maya does not have its own existence. In fact, any mithya object does not have its own existence. For example, the rope snake, Rajju Sarpa. Does the Rajju Sarpa exist? See, in our experience, we feel Rajju Sarpa exists. There is a snake. When we perceive a snake, we say there is a snake. The snake seems to have an ease. Ease means existence, presence. Now, what gives the ease to the snake? What gives the existence to the snake? Does the snake have its own existence? It does not have its own existence. Instead, the existence of the rope is superimposed on the snake. What really is the rope. Rope is. The snake is not really is. Snake is not there in reality. What really is the rope. But the ease of the rope is superimposed on the snake. Meaning the astitva, the existence of the rope is perceived as the existence of the snake. This can be expressed in a different way. The rope lends its existence to the snake. The rope as though lends its existence to the snake. That is how the snake seems to be existing there. Now, in this context, there is a lender of existence and a borrower of existence. Just like somebody lends money and somebody borrows money. Somebody does not have money in his account, but he buys a 1 crore house, 1 crore rupees house. How did he buy the house? He borrowed money from the bank, loan. That is how, without even having money, he is able to buy a house. In the same manner, the snake is capable of appearing without having existence of its own. How? Because it has borrowed the existence from the rope. Now, what borrows the existence is called ashrita. The one that borrows the existence is ashrita. Means it is dependent on something else for its existence. It is dependent. And the one that lends the existence is called ashraya. It is the support. In the case of rope snake, snake is the ashrita. It gains the existence, borrows the existence, dependent. Whereas the rope is the ashraya. It is supplying the existence, endorsing the snake with its existence. In the same manner, the Maya, being mithya, The Maya does not have its own existence. It has borrowed the existence from the Brahman, from the Paramatma. Therefore, Paramatma, which is the real Sat, according to Vedanta, there is only one Sat, only one reality, that is Paramatma, Brahman. The Maya borrows its existence from Paramatma. That is how it appears to be present. Therefore, Maya is described as Paramatma Sadashaya. It is dependent on Paramatma for its Sat, for its existence. It borrows the existence from the Paramatma. And whatever we borrow, we have to pay it back. It goes away from us. In the same manner, at some point of time, the Maya loses its existence. When does the Maya lose its existence? When we get Jnana. When we get Jnana, when we get self-knowledge, the Maya is no longer present for us. Therefore, Paramatma Sadashaya, Anadihi, Maya is Anadi. It does not have a beginning. When did Maya begin? No answer. That is why there is no answer for the question why all these things are happening. Why we are born as individuals. Why we are ignorant. Why we are ignorant? No answer. Because the question why can be asked only if there is a beginning. When there is no beginning, why has no answer? Often people ask me, if we are Brahman, then why we have become Jivas? Why the Brahman became Jiva? All these questions are asked. The Brahman appears to be Jiva. In fact, the Brahman never became Jiva. Brahman seems to be Jiva, appears to be Jiva because of ignorance. Now, why there is ignorance? No answer. It is because, why there is no answer? It is because Maya is Anadihi. It is Anadi. Sacha Gunatraya Rupa. Maya has 3 gunas. Maya is described as having 3 gunas. Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. Since Maya has 3 gunas, all the effects of Maya will also have the same 3 gunas. Same 3 attributes, same 3 gunas. Sute Sacharacharam Vishwam. The Maya is responsible for the whole universe. Entire universe is a modification of Maya. And from this we can understand, since Maya itself is mithya, the universe, which is a modification of Maya, is also mithya. Then what is Satya? Only Paramatma is Satya. Only Brahman is Satya. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.